Hey, my name is Grant Chasson. Today we're going to talk about the 5 principles to becoming a mentally tough athlete. And this is all based on the grit system. So, most college athletes, they don't have a talent problem. You've been here, you've got here for a reason, you've had success, but the trouble becomes staying consistent. So, one practice you're locked in, the next day you kind of lose motivation, you're still tired, you lost a little focus, and there's a way around this, and it's not completely out of the question to take on a new system, to take on a new mindset as you become more aware of your surroundings and your mentality leading up to the system. So, when you think about it from a big standpoint, you kind of zoom out and you think, number one, okay, what is grit? All right, grit is simply the combination of passion and perseverance toward a long term goal. Simple enough. It's built on consistency over intensity and the ability to bounce back from setbacks fast and showing up to execute regardless of how you feel. When I work with Ben Newman, learning from him, we simply say we operate to standards over feelings. So it's not a personality trait, it's completely trained. That's the beauty of it. So, principle number one, to develop a system and to develop grit, you need to establish your North Star. Okay, what does that mean? Your North Star is essentially an anchor. It's a part of you that you can always stay grounded to, right? An identity, but it's something you have to rehearse. It's not something you can just wake up and decide as, okay, today is my North Star is this. You need to do a little brainstorming on this. You need to think about how you can develop this anchor. So, what I like to use is a 4 sentence purpose statement that you read daily. Okay, you can see it here. I compete because the athlete I want to be is, the standards I live by are, when it gets hard, I will blank. And then your identity anchors. Okay, they must be behavioral, not motivational. Okay, that's the trick. So I'm the type of athlete that blank. So posted in 3 places you see every single day, like a lock screen, your locker, mirror. I tell athletes to post it where you brush your teeth. Hopefully you brush your teeth every day. And the uncomfortable goal test. Set a really big, scary goal that makes you uncomfortable, right? Put a date on it and then just give yourself a chance and ask every single week, did my actions move me closer towards this goal? Pretty cool. Okay, principle number two, build goal architecture. Excuse me. Grit dies in the clouds. You have to turn to big dreams into daily controllables, or you'll quit when motivation fades. So let's talk about the goal ladder, right? Have a specific, measurable, and outcome goal based on a specific time frame. We call them SMART goals, but the moral of the story of the SMART goals is that you need to have a date that you accomplish it by, and you need to have a way that you track it each and every day, each and every week to see if you're moving closer towards the target. Okay? Process goals, weekly standards. Critical here, a daily 3 win practice. Okay, at the end of every day, after dinner, after supper, put it in your notes, put it in a notebook. What are your 3 wins for the day? That goes into your evidence log. Principle three, you have to master self regulation. Okay. It's not about feeling negative emotions or never feeling negative emotions. Sorry. It's about staying in them. Okay. It's the difference between champions and everyone else. That's bounce back speed. Okay. So think about a 90-second protocol or reset after a mistake or adversity. Okay. Very simple. Breathe. Okay. Double inhale, physiological sigh, let it out, and then boom, label it. Okay, that's just nerves. My body's priming for competition. I'm getting ready, whatever. Command it. One shot cue. Hey, like next play, eyes up, lock in, one play at a time, next play mentality, whatever you need to say. And then in action. Okay, sprint back, communicate, tap your chest. I've read stories where a rubber band technique really works too. You pull a rubber band and snap yourself back to reality, and that's your anchor. Okay, so total reset time on that is 90 seconds or less. All right, principle number four, install deliberate practice. Okay, what does that actually mean? You got to practice under conditions that are harder than competition. Okay. Practice has got to be more difficult than competition. That's how grit truly gets forged. So you got to have a process system. You can rate yourself in your head on a notebook, just write it down, just take the extra steps to do this, but rate yourself after every practice. Hey, what was my effort, my focus, response to the mistake, my coachability, and then have one adjustment for tomorrow. What can I do differently tomorrow to be a better teammate, player, be more coachable, respond from mistakes quicker? Okay. Pressure reps 2 to 3 times per week, minimum. 1 rep competitions with teammates, okay? Consequence drills. If you missed this, you got 10 push-ups. I love when my teammates or anybody I was around when they would drop a pass or make a mistake, immediately do push-ups. Okay. My brother-in-law is a college coach. And every time that he mislabels a word or something in practice, he immediately starts doing push-ups. It's incredible, but you're still training your brain to avoid that mistake. So have time constraints. I want to make 10 shots in 60 seconds. Okay. Give yourself some type of pressure to make sure things heat up a little bit. So that way you're building that grit, you're building that strength. Okay. Fatigue and execution. It's a big one. Sprint to exhaustion and then execute that skill. All right. And noise and distraction during reps. That's a big one here. Okay. Look, I'm not a fan of the music at practice in terms of like getting you in the mood, getting you fired up, but I am a fan of music distracting you. Okay, you can ask my players. We would listen to a lot of Metallica or Nickelback or Fall Out Boy or any of those guys that, or I'm sorry, Imagine Dragons was a good one too. Full speaker all the way up while we're doing our drills, and it was to distract them. And then they wonder how we end up going undefeated. Okay, minimum effective dose days. On low energy days, you have to have a floor. You've got to know this is my minimum threshold that I can compete today and show up and only do that with no guilt. And lastly, principle 5, create a crucible. Now, what does this mean? So grit doesn't develop in the comfort or isolation. You need environments that push you and people who believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. So the hard thing rule: you must do something that requires deliberate practice. You cannot quit mid-commitment, finish the season, finish semester. Nobody chooses your hard thing but you, and ownership over it is everything. Okay. Now it's time to outsource your belief too. You need to build an environment, build a system around you. So find 2 to 3 people who believe in you and your goal more than you do on bad days. Share your weekly wins and one adjustment with them, and then their job is to remind you of your mission when your belief flickers. Interesting. The standard stack, non-negotiables tracked daily. Did you do this? Yes or no? Sleep, target hours, plus cutoff time, nutrition, protein within a workout, training, how you're doing it, absolute recovery every day, a little bit, or at least one big recovery rest day during the week, and then 5-minute visualization or mindfulness. Okay, what are you doing on the standard stack? All right, so picture this. Imagine showing up to every single practice knowing exactly what you're working on. You know your goals, you know what you need to improve from yesterday. A bad play happens. You reset in 90 seconds, and nobody on the sideline, the coaches even notice. Your coaches start to trust you in pressure moments because you're the same athlete on Wednesdays and Saturday. Consistent. You're not riding the wave of how you feel. You're running a system. That's what grit builds, and that's what consistency looks like. Okay. So, if you want to build this system where I, as a certified mental performance coach, can coach you through building grit, building your belief system, identifying where your issues or weaknesses are, and build strength around them and build them up with your already built in strengths, head to grantchasson.com, link in description, and we will learn how we can work together.